Andy Graham, hobo traveler in Lomé, Togo, with all my friends, trying to answer these questions. And I got them all looking in the screen. I'm next to the Mon Plaisir Hotel. It's a $10 a night hotel, more of a chambre de passage, and it's in Nicompwe. It's a real, good way to hide. Okay, Tim K asked, how do American movies affect people's personal worldviews of overseas? Well, I've actually told the Europeans which movie they'd watched to came up with the opinion they came up with. And this is a problem. Independence Day. I remember this. And there's movies that are so well known that they almost become cliche. And people, it's like, let's see, the movie The Ugly American. And it has so little to do with the actual reality, but it becomes a reality. I'm going to have to move because I think we're having problems with the people living here. They get real superstitious when you're sitting. Oh, she wants a cadeau. This lady's really angry at me. Okay, I had to make an emergency move there. I just sort of stood up, didn't apologize, and walked away. I hope I caught a video of that fat woman hollering at me. What happened was, all the children were talking to me. Then I think a man walked into the thing and he started talking. I didn't understand him. But you could tell by the tone of his voice and his body language that he was copying an attitude, we say in America. But he was searching for a reason to be angry. And then the woman came out and she found a reason and starts telling me she wants money. Some reason because the kids, which I didn't ask to come over there, and we're having fun, they suddenly wanted to monetize this. So, let's go to Tim's question, and this is very important. Tim K asked, how does American movies affect people's visions of the world? If you watch a movie, does it give an opinion of the world? 100%. Actually, I don't think that between the news, documentaries, and movies, mostly Americans, and then Wikipedia and all this bullshit stuff, almost nobody has a real vision of the world. And you're going to see these videos where they want money and they got this real poor person and they're happy and they're pleasant, but really they're like that fat lady. They're normal people living their life, and greed kicks in, and the whole world's greedy. Okay, so, but one of the things that happens a lot with the Europeans is the Europeans start telling these stereotypes about America, like McDonald's, and people like Michael Moore make this thing about. Michael Moore was big in Europe because he mocked America, and then the Europeans mock us, and the Eurotrash jump on this and they jump on this, and then next thing I do, I can't move because I'm in this mockery thing from Europeans. Europeans are not polite, and they don't even have the racial thing. They'll say anti-Semitic comments. They don't even have political correct. There's no political correctness among the Europeans a lot of times. They basically are very racist. And, sitting around talking about my mother, I mean, manners. You don't go talk to somebody and start telling them how you hate them. Okay? But this is a trend, and Americans do it. And then you see it in movies. I'm trying to think of a movie where they basically, a lot of any movie that's basically portraying Americans as as negative people when they're traveling abroad are normally just trying to make money. And so what they do is they appeal to the sarcastic mockery side of human nature. And this, of course, the Germans jump on. I mean, you know, it's just sad. And we really anymore, most people get, it's like the Matrix. I don't think a lot of the young people can separate reality from thing. They start watching these Matrix thing, and then they watch the Rings and all this stuff. The, what is it called? The guys, the Hobbit guys. Their touch with reality is missing, and it is so bad that when people, in the self-prophesizing, they come to Africa, they watch the documentary in Africa, and they find it, and it validates. They are not even capable of looking at the reality of life. I'm showing you a lady getting fat. This is a poverty area, and where I was at, and they're not all pleasant. Poor people are not happy in the sense that poor people are happy, but what I'm saying is they're more than willing to try to scam you out of your money. Okay. The kids are great. Africa is like a big child, though, because the adult is about the same intelligence as a 15-year-old. Often the 15-year-old has more intelligence than the 50-year-old. And she came out, blah, 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 screaming at me, and this is real life. And somehow, politically, that's not correct to come to a country and do it. But it's also dangerous, right? Because what I'm doing is I'm willing to take out a camera, sit on a thing, and risk getting robbed to show you real life. So what happens is these guys come to Africa to do a video about a thing they've already decided. They didn't come to Africa and decide afterwards, this is reality, let's report on it, let's document reality. They came up with a theme for a documentary, then they came and they make a documentary about a theme that they've already had a storyline, beginning, middle, and end, and whatever. I was quite angry with the photographer guy that was trying to tell me how to make a malaria video, and I said, I don't know the story until the story is finished, because we were going to make, I recorded a bunch of strip of information on malaria, and he wanted me to find the conclusion. I said, it's a documentary. I'm documenting a real situation. I don't know how it's going to end. And it really has not ended in a clean and crisp way. The documentaries do this. They have a beginning, middle, and end, and they're not documenting reality. Reality is confusing. It's a Charlie Foxtrot. I don't think... You can almost ignore CNN, BBC, all these different organizations. They're causing trouble. They're not reporting life the way it really is, and it's about ratings, right? And about making money. And truthfully, like I just made a video about the Kindle. Now I took a little more work on the Kindle. Why did I make a little more work on the Kindle? Because I can make money on that. Okay. I can't. People are going to have advertising that connected to sell the Kindle so that I can make money. But if I'm talking about, I don't know, if I'm talking about Africans as being rich and fat, there's no advertising. But if I want to talk about poverty, then the NGOs will all get on there, the ONGs, the NGOs will advertise. So it's all advertisement driven, and there's no way for me to monetize reality. Reality isn't something that you can really monetize, make money with. But if I talk about poverty, all these ONGs they will connect to that video and they'll show advertising. And this is the reason why there is no reality, because there's really no way to make money, there's no way to raise money, there's no way to do it. Reality needs somebody like me that just doesn't care about money. But I'm I'm having trouble making money because anything I make outside the U.S., that they're not having, I mean, Google is not able to, Google and Facebook and all these guys are not able to sell advertising outside the U.S. good. So anytime I talk about something outside the USA where it has the word Africa or Togo or any country that isn't a place where tourists go, there's no advertising and I don't make any money. So sometimes I leave off the name of the place because I can talk about hotel blah 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 and not say the city it's in, and I still get the advertising, right? And why should I have to game this thing to make money? And people are so used to getting things for free. Okay, bottom line is it's a self-prophesizing thing. The movies influence 90% of the opinions. They go there for 1 week. They find little things that justify that they were right. They never are in the country long enough to really say this is bullshit. I mean, the guys that are here laughing, I mean, whenever you know somebody that's living in a country for 5 or 6 years, we just laugh at the movies and the videos like, oh boy, because they're so stupid. But the guys that are here for a week or even a month, they don't see it. And some organizations like live inside the cloister, like they're inside the missionary thing, and it's groupthink. Groupthink. That's the idea that everybody's agreeing to something that doesn't exist. And that's why I try to tell you. See the tells. It's sad. It's any way you do it, sad. And I would like to get... I would like to figure out a way to make money from telling the truth. And most of the videos I make, even though I'm telling the truth, people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear some bullshit story that's, what is it, hyperbole? It's sensationalized. But you just watched reality, right? That was reality. It's not all beautiful.